Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Just wanted to do a quick video, trying to think of topics I could do a video on. I thought about medication distribution or organization, I guess. First off, this is not medical advice. I think a lot of people might hold off on something that is just common sense and will make your life a lot easier, and that's a pill organizer. I know a lot of people have to take pills throughout the course of the day. Luckily for me, I only have to organize medications that are taken in the morning and medications that are taken at night. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about is my mother used to be on some medication that just seemed to get larger and larger. And this here is just a Centrum multivitamin, I think mainly vitamin C, but they were getting even larger than that. So one thing that is a possibility, again, this is not medical advice, I am not a medical professional, and you should ask your pharmacist and your doctor, because there are medications that you cannot do this with, and that is crushing medications to make it easier to swallow. A lot of elderly patients have problem with swallowing, and even with liquids, there are thickening agents that they use in order to bring in enough liquids. But in my mother's case, I never thought about this. I was trying to figure out, a nurse brought this up. You just take a baggie, and you can use the bottom of a ceramic cup, maybe, or if you have a meat tenderizer, and you can put the pills in your baggie and then crush them. But what I ended up purchasing was a mortar and pestle. Now, I was just looking on Amazon, and gee, I saw some that were like a wider base. So they look better probably than something. This is, I mean, I usually just hold on to this while I'm crushing the meds, and I give my mother her meds with applesauce. But again, there are medications that you are not supposed to crush. I always thought of medications as something you take and gets dissolved and dispersed into the system to do whatever it's supposed to do. But there are medications that how they work is they absorb whatever they're supposed to absorb from the body and then get expelled, of course, during a bowel movement, to put it lightly. But I never thought of that. I always thought of medications that's something that just gets dissolved and does its thing. So there are, again, medications, again, not medical advice. You need to talk to your pharmacist, your pharmacy, your healthcare professional, your doctor. But for me, again, yeah, there is one medication that I do not crush. Luckily, it's not very large. And those are the options that I use, again, to organize medications. I think a lot of people do hold off on getting these. If you're taking multiple medications, you want a pill organizer, also the option of crushing the medications. Something else, this little side note, is much like the scale, the Hoyer scale that I ended up purchasing off of eBay. It took me a while to find smaller quantities of these cups that you usually find in a medical environment, a nursing home, a hospital. They're very lightweight. I think it's sort of like an industry standard. I think there's also some insulation in this, so they keep maybe cold liquids cold and hot liquids hot for an extended period of time. But we usually just would walk out of a hospital or a nursing home with a couple of these. But I wanted to purchase some, and I finally found a smaller quantity. I think maybe I had to purchase, I forget, 12 or 24, I forget. I'll get them somewhere around here. But these are lightweight. these can be heavy, especially if the individual has mobility problems or is not as strong as they used to be, and maybe have some, you have problems with medications can also cause some types of shakings or whatever. But yeah, it's important to, and then more likely things are going to be dropped, and this is really not going to shatter. The likelihood of that breaking, as opposed to some ceramic cup falling, is more likely to break. So that's something I thought of for doing a video on, getting ready to do some exercises. Been pretty good. I think we've been almost going on 2 months where we'll do about a half hour of exercise every day. And I think it's stabilized her blood sugar, and it's just beneficial all around to get some exercise in. If you have limited mobility in a wheelchair, it's not a good thing. So that's just a quick video on some tips that I thought of putting together for this video. Appreciate you subscribing to this channel. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. If you found this video helpful, provided some useful information, give me a thumbs up. Again, thanks for watching.